Hello and welcome to Diary of a Common Man. My name is Salim Lalani. Today we're going to talk about what is my problem. That is a question that has been raised ever since I started my campaign. And I have answered that question on so many occasions, I even forget the number. But the question keeps resurfacing every time it is answered. So I thought about making a video, an episode to once and for all document my response so that if anybody has this question in the future, they should refer to this video and hopefully that'll be the end of it. So let's answer the question. What is my problem? There is a community, a happy community. It meets every day in the Jamaat Khana. They pray, they socialize, they play dandiya ras, they have their biryani, they have their shows, they have their picnics. It's a happy family. What is my problem? My problem is that what I just described is one side of the story, the happy family story. There is another side which I would like to call the dark side of it, which has been hidden from the Jamaat. And a lot of people within the Jamaat have become aware of the dark side. And we'll go through that dark side in just a minute. But before I go there, let me articulate the imagination of people in the Ismaili community. They have come up with their own conclusions about what is my problem. So the most common one is I want to make money. By going on YouTube, I would become a multimillionaire. And some of them even said that if you want money, why don't you approach us? It is ridiculous, yes. But they won't even give their names, by the way, these people. That is the most common one. I want to make money. Another most common, one of the common ones is that I had a problem with somebody in the Jamaat Khana. And third one is that I aspired to be a president of the council in Australia, and nobody basically gave me that opportunity. So out of revenge, a feeling of revenge, retribution, I basically revolted, and hence I basically started the campaign. Some, in the process of concluding on the topic, they abused me. They not only abused me, they abused my mother, who is an Ismaili. They abused my wife, and they even abused a daughter that I don't have. That is Ismaili community. And this Ismaili community is supposed to be spiritual. They are supposed to be educated, highly educated. But I'm not going to generalize that all Ismailis belong to that standard. Most of them don't. What most of them have done, we will talk about that in just a minute. But we'll get straight into what is my problem. My problem is the fact that the Ismaili system is about making money for AgaKhan and his stooges at the expense of those who cannot afford it. It is about benefiting AgaKhan and his stooges to spend a royal lifestyle in the name of helping the very people who they loot. That is my problem. That is, at least that's the way it started. But then I also realized that there is a spiritual or the religious wrongdoing by AgaKhan and his stooges. And that was the shirk of Islam. Shirk, as you know, is comparing oneself to God. Now, AgaKhan is not only comparing himself to God, he is declaring himself to be God, not verbally, as Sultan Muhammad Shah used to do, but this AgaKhan, a bit cowardly, he would basically approve the ginans which call him God. And those ginans are being recited in the Jamaat Khanas around the world. Imam Yahi Allah, the ginan Allah ek kasam sabuka, is just an example. There are many ginans which basically explicitly declare Imam as God, and AgaKhan calls it a wonderful tradition. To me, that is a seal of approval that people can revere him as God. That these two were the main problems, and lately I have not been focusing on shirk, because just as I realized that AgaKhan and his stooges are using the name of Islam to promote AgaKhan as God, which is a no-no in Islam, I also realized one more thing, to my utter surprise and utter disappointment, that Muslims did not have the problem of shirk like I did. And I did not have any religious persuasion after I left AgaKhani system. I did not join Islam. I did not join any other religion. But I was born in an Islamic community. Not AgaKhanis. AgaKhanis have never been Islamic. They have been a cult. But I was born in India in Islamic community. We had Muslims all over the place. We had mosques. We had the beautiful sound of azan every so often. So my sentiments are biased towards Muslims and Islam. But to my surprise, Muslims did not have anything to do with it. They said if somebody is committing shirk, it is between them and Allah. Allah will punish AgaKhan. There's no doubt about that. That's what they say. And he will punish his stooges, and he will also punish the Ismailis who are praying a man in defiance of the Quran. That is the position they had. And as I said, I am extremely disappointed, particularly when imams of the masjid said these things. And there were other people, there were other Muslim people who basically promised me that they will support me. And they will do something about it. They will communicate with the Ismaili community. But unfortunately, they didn't. Now, whether they will do it in the future, whether they will not do it in the future, I have decided after 3 years that I am going to basically go a little bit slow on the shirk matter unless I find some interest from the Islamic community that it is an affront, it is an insult to Islam and his God. Now, we'll leave that Muslim thing aside and we'll come back to the financial system, the greed, the greed and the lust for money. That is the dark side. There are people, you may think that Ismailis are affluent, but that is a picture you have been shown. That is not a reality. Reality is that there are people who are filthy rich. There are people who have done really, really well in life within Ismaili community, like all communities. But you have been shown a picture where Ismailis are the only people who are affluent in the world. You have been shown a picture where Ismailis are the only highly educated people in the world. The truth is something else. There are people who are uneducated in Ismaili community. There are people who are not religious in the Ismaili community, and most importantly and most relevantly, there are people in this Jamaat Khana, in this community worldwide, including Australia. They cannot afford to pay their mortgage. There are people who live in slums, Ismailis, in India. In India, I don't know about Pakistan or Africa or Bangladesh. I've been to Pakistan many times, but I haven't been to the slums. Like I have been to the slums in India, and I have seen for myself the poverty, the pain and the suffering on a daily basis. And we have never been shown those pictures. What we have been shown is affluence, particularly in the first world countries. My problem is I want to show you the other side of the coin. I want to show you the other side of the coin only for one reason and one reason only, that Ismailis should become aware of this fact, that they are being abused. Their trust is being abused in the name of religion, in the name of Islam, at the cost of the poor people who should be receiving help. They don't receive the help. Aga Khan Development Network may have a big humanitarian reputation, but the reality is absolutely opposite. It is not charitable. You have been told it is charitable. It is not charitable. Go to a Aga Khan hospital, go to a Aga Khan school, you will find out. That is my problem. That number one, Ismailis are being fooled. I am trying to wake them up. Number two, they are being abused, particularly the vulnerable. They are being abused and I am standing up for them. At the cost, I will not talk about the cost or the price that I paid. Maybe I've said it in the past, I don't want to repeat it. But I am doing it, I'm standing up for those people. For the other side, which has not been shown on the screen by Aga Khan and his system, I want the Ismailis to wake up, that they are being abused. And I want them to raise their voice. I want them to raise their voice in the name of their conscience. In the name of your conscience, I want you to raise your voice. And if you're too afraid of your community, which is the mafia, if you are afraid of somebody, it is a mafia. Yeah, you'll have to admit it. Jamaat Khana is not a place of religious practice. It is actually a mafia. You are scared of people there. You are scared of each other. You are the mafia. The person listening to me right now, you are the mafia. You are scared of somebody else and that somebody else is scared of you. That makes both of you mafia. Wake up. Wake up from your dream that you are religious. Wake up from your dream that you are spiritual. Wake up from your dream that you practice Islam. Wake up. You are actually committing sins every single day. Tobo Taksidar is not going to help you. Who is going to forgive you? Aga Khan. He is suffering himself as we speak. Just like you and me. He is suffering. He is going to forgive you. He is going to redeem you from your pain and your suffering. He is going to lead you to heaven. Wake up. Wake up. What good is your education if you cannot even understand that much? What good is your education? Education is light. It brightens your thought. And it gives light to other people as well. What are you doing? What is your education doing? It is creating suffering for the poor and benefiting the rich. That is what my problem is. I hope that you will stand up, stand next to me. And even if you can't stand next to me, that is okay. I understand. I understand. You have a family. You want to go to your community. It is important. The community is important and I agree with you 100%. 100%. Community is important. Do not leave Jamaat Khana. At least work for me. Work with me. Work with me anonymously. Work with me anonymously like so many people are working right now across the world, and I take this opportunity to thank those people from the bottom of my heart for supporting me with information and supporting me and my campaign with finance. That is all I have to say today. Thank you very much. Look after yourself. I'll see you next time around. Goodbye.